1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 145½ pounds. Fighting out of Sacramento, California, presenting the number 5 ranked UFC featherweight contender in the world, Josh
exactly what I expect. This is it all the time to keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch it now, God bless.
The most intense thing ever when you get to the center, you're like, do you want to touch? You don't really know what you want to do because you don't want to like piss the guy off by not touching it. You gotta touch. It's crazy, isn't it?
Super awkward in that moment. Let's just put it that way. It really is. You just want to fight already. Why are we standing here in front of each other? Can we do this now?
All right, this fight clock is brought to you by Toyo Tires, official tire of UFC. Josh Emmett in black pressing forward. Ilia Topuria shelled up in red.
Emmett started really quick. A lot of times when you get these young guys, you gotta show them right away they don't belong. It seems like Emmett's trying to do that with Topuria.
Also, by doing that, coming first against Topuria, feel the speed, the timing, the power. And Topuria is also making leads by eating those shots on his arms.
You want to make him feel like, hey, I will not take a back step to you. This is where I live and where I operate. You're trying to make your way here.
Right. I think the weapons for Topuria are going to be that left uppercut, that left jab, and his left hook. That lead hand is so good for him. Obviously, he's got a great right hand as well, but that left hand, I think, is going to give problems for Emmett if he squeezes it a lot.
Emmett needs to be very careful with lunging. And on his blitzes, he's got to keep everything real tight because of shots like that.
Next Saturday, hits keep on coming at the UFC Apex. Strickland and Magomedov in the middleweight main event, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Next Saturday for UFC Fight Night.
See, you saw already that Topuria's made the read on Emmett's jab. He came over the top with the right hand, over the top of Emmett's jab. When you see that land, you know he's got the timing of Emmett's lead hand now.
Topuria rips the body and then retreats. Emmett repeatedly acknowledged respectfully that Topuria has excelled being the hammer.
Yep.
He's trying to make him the nail tonight.
Josh trying to show him that right away with the power shot. Beautiful left hook there landed for Emmett. He's got to be very careful dipping his head. Topuria has a nasty uppercut.
It's a big right hand for Topuria. Perhaps the most significant strike on either side thus far.
Yeah, the difference in the punching here is the hand speed and the combinations. When you see Emmett throw, it's hand speed in one big punch, whereas Topuria is able to get leverage on 2-3 punches in the pocket.
That little shovel uppercut there in the body by Topuria. Emmett just out of range with that combination.
Topuria does a really good job of keeping his hands in the right place. Always uptight. He's landing that jab on Josh. Already starting to see some swelling on the left eye of Emmett.
That jab is going to get everything going for Topuria.
And that is some pretty significant swelling under that left eye of Josh Emmett. He's been slipping a few times tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's just throwing everything he has, a little off balance. And look at the difference in striking with the balance and the way the punches are being thrown.
All right, let's check in with the coach, Dean Thomas, here at the 2-minute mark of round 1.
You guys are absolutely correct. Topuria is doing a great job of turning this into a straight boxing match. His hands are in position, and he's starting to really look like a boxer out here. If I'm Emmett, I'm trying to get him out of that position, so I'm going to start throwing kicks and shooting some takedowns to get him out of that position where he is comfortable. So Emmett needs to change some things up.
And even if the takedowns aren't successful, just give him something to
just get him out of position because he's in such a great position, he can't get his punches off.
Last fight, Josh Emmett got beat on kicks. This time he's a little behind on the boxing. Yair Rodriguez really took it to him with all the body kicks early.
Right.
Or he's doing that same thing with the hand.
The Topuria corner is preaching patience and a high guard. He has really excelled early working off that jab. Now the leg kick for Topuria.
Good for Emmett to start start letting those kicks go. It just takes a lot of energy. And see how wide his stance is. And he's leaned over his front knee, and that's why it's so hard for Emmett to kick.
Well, Dean was right. Get Topuria out of kicking. It's the boxing match. Like that, you gotta be throwing those kicks.
That's heavy. Topuria fast with the counter, just out of range. Emmett swelled up pretty quickly tonight. We've documented all of his trials and tribulations back in 2018 after the Jeremy Stevens fight. Had that internal fracture of his orbital floor, multiple facial fractures. But this man is nothing if not tough, physically, mentally, and otherwise.
One of the areas where Josh struggled a little bit was not being able to be consistent and active. That's why he wanted to get back in the octagon quick and keep a more busy schedule going forward.
Much better when he started mixing in those kicks. It made a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
Huge difference.
All right, both guys have their moments in round one. Back to Jacksonville in 30 seconds.
Josh.
Talk to him.
Hey, three things. One, we can't let him get away with these low kicks. Two, he's fucking measuring you for that right uppercut. Three, what you're doing well is circling right. Every time you circle right, it's forcing him to reset. And that's where we want to be. Don't let him get comfortable there. Everything else looks great. Bring your feet with your punches. So,
keep circling right. You got a lazy jab. Step right hard. Don't stand in front of him. Step right. Hit him with your fucking right hand. Bring your feet and give me this shitter. Put it downstairs first, okay? Or I'm going to go very quick. Step right. Step right. Right hand over his lazy jab and fucking hook his ass, all right? And kick.
Right here, look at this calf kick. I mean, you take out the base of Emmett, and that's how you take away the power in his hands. And that just brushes the nose so heavy. Those are the ones that hurt me. Some of the swelling on Emmett's face, the jabs, and those are the right hands to the nose.
Joey Rodriguez, longtime boxing coach of Josh Emmett, imparting some advice there. They believe they can take advantage of a lazy Topuria jab.
They feel like the jab is being thrown just to set up the right uppercut. Emmett had much more success to in round one because he started to kick a little bit. Because Topuria does have a really boxing-heavy stance.
July 8th, we got a championship doubleheader from Vegas to Capstone International Fight Week 2023 main event. Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Rodriguez for the undisputed featherweight title. Moreno and Pantoja also in action. And don't forget, prelims live on ABC that night, 2 weeks from today.
And they feel like every time Emmett steps right, it makes Topuria reset. They like that. They want him circling away from the power of Ilia.
Emmett said in this fight he wanted to utilize his footwork, and actually we're seeing him do that. He's circling side to side. He's not staying just in the center. It's actually Topuria holding the center, and Emmett circling side to side. Lateral movements.
Both fighters landing there. Numbers fairly close. More output from Emmett thus far. Slightly more accuracy and efficiency out of Topuria. Great to have you with us for this special UFC Fight Night on ABC. John Anik, Mike Side, Dominic Cruz, and Daniel Cormier. We got 3.5 to go here in round 2 of a possible 5. That would be new territory for Ilia Topuria.
And what Ilia Topuria does really well is he just kind of cuts you off as you try to circle. Slight step to the left. As Emmett tries to go right, slight step to the left.
Now what he's doing, he's waiting for Emmett to throw a combination, and he's just countering it with one shot right away, right after. Because Emmett tends to drop his hands after his combination, so he sits there. And so Topuria is just countering him, and Emmett touches him.
That jab is nasty.
The jab and the cat kick sets up the uppercut and the left hook.
Coach did not want Emmett to allow Topuria to get away with the leg kicks. He is fast, though, man.
I'm telling you, it does appear to be a pretty significant speed discrepancy.
And what I'm seeing the biggest difference is the boxing defense. The defense is really what's making the difference. I mean, Topuria's just not getting the same shots that we've seen Emmett eat so far.
He's rolling his shoulders on those big overhand rights. He's kind of rolling his shoulders, and he's kind of rolling with Josh's punch. So when Josh hits him, while he hits him, he he's not taking the brunt of the strike.
Also that back step. Look how he takes those double hop steps back, just out of range for Emmett. When Emmett sits down to fire, he just takes one little step back and makes Emmett have to reach.
I think what Josh just did on that last combination, the one prior to this, when he went to the body, is going to really serve him well. Because right now he's having difficulty getting to the head of Topuria. Just keep going to the body. The body doesn't move as easily as the person moves their head.
I would love to see Emmett use his leg kicks to set up his hands. Throw the kick, follow the hands. Because right now he's having a hard time reaching Topuria as Topuria takes that back step.
Jab, man, that jab is nasty.
Topuria back to work on that lead leg of Emmett. 90 seconds to go in the round. Good combination there.
Josh is slipping because that front leg is beat up.
Heavy. Huge combination for the Spaniards.
Heavy shots landed. Nasty
Jab, man. Bottom shot coming.
Nice trick. And that's the thing about Emmett. You put him up against the wall and he will knock you out if you're not careful. We've seen it before.
Michael Johnson can attest.
Yeah.
Good connection there by Emmett. Under a minute now to go, round 2.
And the reason Topuria is less active is because he doesn't waste anything. Everything he wants to set it up before he goes. He won't just throw strikes to throw strikes.
Also, he's feinting, and we're not seeing Emmett feint.
Yeah.
So the fakes are starting to get to Emmett, and you're seeing that, the fake, and it's getting him to bring his guard up, see, like that. And that adds up to open up for the offense for Topuria.
And you see Emmett with that mouth open. Maybe tried to check and kick there from Topuria.
That's what's missing for Emmett right now. He's not faking before he lets the hands go, and that's allowing Topuria to just slide step back. Oh, see that slide step? Beautiful back step right hand. Beautiful technique.
That was nasty. He hurt Josh bad.
Yeah, Josh is hurt. Emmett forced to retreat, yet still throwing a bomb to try to turn the tide.
Oh my goodness, he's hurt.
10 minutes down, potentially 15 to go.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Right. Right hand's over his jab. You gotta finish with your right hand, okay? You gotta keep rolling. Keep moving right for me, okay?
Pushing into.
სადაც ხო თვალიოა გასიებული და ძალიან გიხსნის ვიზას. გამიგე, ჯაბ, ილია იგლობს, ამოაცოტა უკან გაიწია მარჯვენა და გვიძე, შენი კომბინაცია. თებილის თვალიდე და მე თუ გინას ზემო დააბა. ძალიან მაგარი.
Right here you see Josh lunging with a combination. Ilia took a short slide step right, lands a beautiful right hand, second right hand drops Josh. Then the right hand here, hurts Emmett again. It's always in combination also. He doesn't throw one at a time. He's doing a fantastic job. I mean, he is making this look easy. This kid is very good.
And he does not have the 5-round experience of Josh Emmett, but man, barely sweating, barely breathing heavy through 10. Largely dominant minutes.
Yeah. He is showing a level, man, that... Oh, Josh almost landed that big left hook there. Oh, that leg is damaged.
Emmett returns fire. Some visible damage on that lead leg of Topuria as well.
Yep. And the one thing you'll never question is Josh Emmett's fighter spirit.
Yep.
He's going to keep giving himself a chance. So Topuria is going to have to continue to put it on him if he wants to try to get him out of there.
Oh yeah, Emmett's not going to get this away easy at all. This is going to be as hard as he can do. He's going to have to really take him out and shut his lights off.
It is crazy though. The inside of Josh Emmett's left ear is like turning black right now.
Good old cauliflower ear. For those of you at home, it's swelling of the ear to try to protect our brains. That's why that happens.
Is that why that happens?
Cauliflower ear, yes. Callus of the head.
Wow. I got to make sure my cauliflower in there.
No one punches you, DC. You pick them up and throw them. Stop it.
I've been punched a lot of times, my guy. The corner of Emmett is telling him he's got to move, and he's definitely moving.
Emmett almost in range for that counter from Topuria.
Emmett's got to be a little tighter, man. He's overthrowing on a lot. Topuria is really just throwing everything straight into the target.
The difference are the fakes. You see how Topuria can slide in and slide out. In his face. Nice hook.
Good left hook from Emmett.
Yep.
That's the thing is he does possess the power that at any moment he can put you out. So you gotta respect Emmett at all times.
Oh my goodness, I see his ear down.
Yeah, it's not.
That's bad, John.
Yeah, I can't recall seeing a visual point like that. It looks like he's got a headphone.
Yeah, it's like he's wearing one of those things that we used to hear our people talking to the truck.
Right, on an IFB.
IFB, yeah.
Look at the fakes, how he moves his shoulders side to side.
And nice shot by Topuria to raise that right guard yet again.
Oh, he cut Josh.
Back and forth we go.
It looks like Josh is bleeding now. Cut over the right eye, the left eye. His eye is shut. And like you said, John, Topuria's not even breathing heavy.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big right hand connection by Emmett.
Heavy.
You
Heavy
keep
right.
hit like that by Josh Emmett, though, he's going to put you down.
Yeah, it's getting Emmett's hit connecting more and more as the fight moves on. And you cannot let Emmett connect.
No.
You just can't. And early on, Topuria was not allowing that to happen. But he also is stepping into the fire trying to finish Emmett. And that's the other thing. He's taking risks, taking damage in order to get Emmett out of there. And that's what Emmett forces you to do. If you're going to get him out, you've got to take risks.
Yep.
Numbers fairly close.
Jab is a huge difference too in this. I mean, the jab of Topuria's landed at least double the jab of Emmett, and that's how boxing offense gets started. That's how you find the capture. Everything is found with range with that jab, and that's why Topuria's range is just a little bit sharper than Emmett so far. Shots.
Well, that's what started the swelling, right? He landed a beautiful right hand that kind of skirted across the eye, and then the jab just kept getting to the target.
Otherworldly toughness from Josh Emmett.
As you would expect, right, John? When he speaks about his childhood, speaks about the way that he grew up, all the struggles, you wouldn't expect him to ever give up on himself. But right now, Ilia Topuria is showing the next level. And Emmett's calling him on, saying, let's fight.
Yeah, I love how Emmett's looking for it. He really is looking for it. He is not out of this at all.
Good body shot from Emmett. Late in round 3. No commercials the rest of the way.
It's a close one. I think I like it. I like it. That was 3. That was 3. Hey,
We're in this fucking fight.
listen.
Keep stepping right, okay? Keep stepping right.
We're having a lot of success in the pocket, man. Your punches hurt a lot of it. If you're going to stay in the pocket, keep your hands high. And make sure you're rolling and shorting those punches. Dude, when you're out from the outside, he has a better chance of beating you. Nobody wants to be in the pocket with you. You hit too fucking hard. And as you saw, he just slowed the fuck down.
And you heard the corners of Emmett there, and that's from, look at these shots these guys are trading in the pocket. I mean, they're both putting on a show for you, sitting there taking the damage and trading back and forth, not moving back, not dodging, but sitting there and trading in the pocket. Right here, bam, right hand to the nose, to a left hook, Topuria.
Well, right after this outstanding main event, don't miss a recap of all the action on the UFC Fight Night post show on ESPN+. Dean Thomas and Anthony Smith join Karen Bryant to break it all down, plus Megan on site with interviews with all the big winners only on ESPN+. Round 4 of a possible 5.
I thought Danny Castillo was onto something. That was the first round where Ilia slowed down a little bit. As the round went on and as it got towards the end of the round, Josh Emmett was still in there fighting, and he was landing much more successfully than he did in the first parts of round 1 and 2 and the beginning of 3.
Yeah, Emmett was visibly excited after the way that 3rd round ended. We'll see if he can pick it up here early round 4. Topuria jabs and evades.
Now Topuria has to be smart here, right? He's got to keep fighting behind that jab, and as he starts to fatigue a little bit, he's got to just manage him. It seems like he can manage him with that jab, honestly.
All night, that. He just fires that all night, and then backstep anytime Emmett throws something. That's what's been working for him.
He can control the last 10 minutes behind the jab. We see that a lot in boxing. As the fight goes long, the guy just starts to jab and move, jab and pivot. Topuria has that ability with all the damage he has put on Emmett to this point.
That jab appeared to get through. Emmett's vision still appears to be okay.
It's popping his head back. That's how you know an effective jab, when the head pops back. Oh.
Topuria has landed 13 leg kicks, now 14, many of them flush. One-two from Topuria. And a really nice body shot. He's picking his spots round 4, though.
Yeah, you got to respect the patience of Topuria. How far ahead he got in the early rounds. He's not forcing things right now. And Emmett's very dangerous. Yeah, that one was one of the more painful calf kicks you could eat.
Well, he was squatted down.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the purple from that one right away.
Emmett's pain threshold would appear to be absurd.
Yeah, crazy, John. To still be in there and still fighting after taking all this damage. Because it was very apparent, very early, that Ilia was going to be able to touch him up. And he has never given up on himself. He has not lost that will to fight.
He's still in this fight.
Yes, for sure.
He could still knock somebody out right now.
A lot of times when a guy starts receiving a lot of damage, we start to call for the corner to say, stop the fight. But you can see their desire to be in there wane. Josh Emmett has not shown that. He's shown that he still believes that he can go in this fight.
Oh, huge jab for Topuria. And we talk about him seeking perfection in training. Topuria kind of seeks that in the octagon at times as well, right? Very measured, not forcing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an outclassing of Topuria, if we're going to be honest, on the feet. A boxing masterclass. This is what you do. You keep the jab going, and anytime the big puncher comes, you take a back step and you counter, and then you get back on the jab and you move your feet. I mean, Topuria is putting a masterclass in boxing 101.
All the guys, we have this group message, right, for our show, and all the people are texting like, wow, Topuria looks good. And you just respond, he's outclassing. Because that right now is showing the next level. He's showing the next level to Josh Emmett. And
look at that.
Oh, the big right hand.
I thought the uppercut might land, and there it was. That's how he sets everything up.
Emmett in desperation mode now gives up the back.
Man, it's hard to get Emmett out. If he can get him out of here, what a statement.
Body shots from Topuria.
Emmett is still going. Topuria's just going to find his shot, though.
Emmett's not done yet.
Oh, like the boot for the Spaniard.
Oh, my goodness.
That uppercut was heavy.
And Emmett's throwing back to the canvas now. The otherworldly heart of Josh Emmett.
But look at Topuria just set everything up. The Emmett corner said early in the fight, he's setting up the uppercut. They knew it. He took his time and finally got to it.
He's going to ground and pound instead of the submission when the man is rocked.
Wow.
12 seconds to get him out of here. Can he do it? Or will Emmett survive the onslaught?
Oh, my goodness.
Now Matador ferociously chasing a finish late round 4.
The toughness of Emmett.
Emmett survives.
Breathe.
We're in this fight.
Breathe, okay?
Hey, we just can't sit still. We have to need to continue to move. When he attacks, all right? Hey, focus. We're in this fight. Focus. We're going to back him up this round. We got nothing to lose. We're going to back him up this round, okay? All right? After your body shot, right hand to continue to roll. Just keep moving. Look it. He has to plant, okay? Once he plants, circle the fuck away.
Fuck.
Josh,
You're all right.
hey, we got to have a big round here.
Yeah.
So you just got to go for it, all right? Fuck it. Just swing hard. Bite down on that goddamn mouthpiece and swing hard. You got 5 minutes to win this fucking fight. In the pocket. That short check.
Right here you see Ilia Topuria coming through the right hand. Little short left hook right there. I mean, just perfect, man. It's like a shovel left hook. It's not a left hook that goes around the guard. He throws it right. Then here he steps back. Emmett goes down because Emmett is hurt. He's so tough that he won't quit on himself. But the referee's taking a look at him now.
Yeah, Mark Goddard has called in the doctor to take a look at Josh Emmett. Danny Castillo and Joey Rodriguez certainly know their athlete, crowd voicing its appreciation. But DC, any thought if you're a corner man to stepping in or at least having more of a conversation to that end after round 4?
Yes, I would have more of a conversation. But Dom made a great point, right? Josh Emmett is a guy that has been to the top, off the belt. You let him make that decision, right? As he's getting older in the game, and he's going to keep trying.
He can still knock you out. I'm telling you right now, you cannot sleep on Emmett. You have to give him the 5th round to let everything hang out, and he's doing it. That's what happens with us older guys. You gotta let us fight.
His coaches told him, bite down on your mouthpiece and swing. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Topuria appeared to be more affected by that strike a moment ago than any that has landed prior. Emmett didn't seem to want anything to do with the doctor after round 4. And he has started round 5 strongly.
They asked him if he wanted to fight. And he said, yeah, man. He goes, of course I want to fight.
Jab and Topuria is getting firing again, and that's what he's got to get using. That jab and that calf kick.
That calf is done.
Emmett trying to play with some stance switches here. Gotta believe that the vision now in that left eye is not ideal.
Topuria's probably thinking to himself, like, what in the world? If this is the top 5, there are some tough dudes up there. Because we saw Josh Emmett and Calvin Kattar, so you know Calvin Cater's just as tough. There are some hammers in the top 5 of this division, man.
We have had an area takedown attempt on either side in this fight. Appears as though the Topuria corner is now calling for that level change. Trying to minimize risk here late in the fight. Nice leg kick from Emmett. And again, that educated guard of Topuria, always high.
Well, his skill level is so high. I mean, I thought when watching him fight in preparation, wow, this kid's really good. But when you watch him like this, at this level, with this level of competition, you really get an appreciation for who Ilia Topuria is and what he could be in this weight class.
I saw him against Jai Herbert, and I became an instant fan because he was losing 2 rounds and came back and knocked him out.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing him masterclass Emmett and still stay in the fight, taking patience. Look how patient he is. Look at the timing of the takedown at the end of the round. Everything he does is patient, and he doesn't force things, and that's what's creating all the damage.
When you watch him beat up Bryce Mitchell, throw him around like he didn't belong in there. You watch what he did to the jiu-jitsu Ryan Hall. You knew how good this kid was. But we never seen him do that against a Josh Emmett. And not a Josh Emmett that's looking for the door. This is a Josh Emmett that's motivated, that wanted to be here to try to stop this young man on his way up the ring.
If you're not a Josh Emmett fan, you gotta be after fights like this. And then Topuria we're learning about Topuria through a fight like this, learning that Topuria is here. He's probably not going anywhere for a long time.
He's good, he's young. He's so young to be performing at this level.
Still 2 minutes with which to work for Topuria, already working on a career-best offensive performance tonight. Josh Emmett has realized a lot of success in his own right, but just hasn't doled out nearly the damage.
Now you're going to be smart enough to say, okay, let's grapple this guy because he's so dangerous in this 5th round still. It's like putting somebody in a corner, and they could hit you with that shot and drop you. So his corner, so you know what, just grapple him. He's hard to get out of there. He's not going to quit. Let's ixnay the damage and just get this guy on his knees and beat him up there.
Absolutely.
Haven't seen much resembling a weakness on film from Ilia Topuria.
Great scramble from Emmett. Double Granby. Can't use it to create the space he needs, though. Topuria follows perfectly.
Yeah.
Takes the back, keeps the back. Beautiful transition.
When you hit that Granby, that arm comes up the middle. He's got to elevate the elbow.
Throw the flag.
Drop it.
Yeah, a little fence grab Emmett got away with there, but Topuria nonetheless takes him down for the third time this round.
Yeah, what a performance. What a performance. I mean, honestly, by both guys, Josh Emmett's toughness was as evident as anybody I've ever seen. He's so tough. Ilia is good.
And of course, Alexander Volkanovski puts his undisputed belt on the line against the interim champ Yair Rodriguez in 2 weeks. But the Volk man wants new challengers. Ilia Topuria has arrived.
I would not have a problem with it right now.
Nope.
Honestly, after seeing this, I would not have a problem with Ilia Topuria moving his way into the top 5 and getting a championship opportunity against the winner of Yair versus Alex. Unless Yair wins, Alex obviously deserves a rematch. But if he wins, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight out.
All right, that'll do it. A lot of mutual respect, you can be sure, between these two combatants who get a standing ovation here in Jacksonville. But come next week, it will be El Matador, Ilia Topuria, in the top 5 in this UFC featherweight division. He will, in all likelihood, be 14-0, and we will wrap it up after this official decision coming up next from Duval County.
Là một trong tôi đã gắn bó rất nhiều năm tại quê quán xã chúng ta với cái duyên của mình ở quê bên cạnh được nhân dân quê thôn quán xã chúng ta rất yêu thương và quý mến và cùng với mình hãy đôi chuẩn bị các trận đài chuẩn bị trận thi đấu bắt đầu. Tay bắt đầu với tôi nhì sới bật Ninh Bình Nhĩ Thắng giải 2. Xin mời, như vậy sới bật Liêu Giá hết. Quyền của người theo, xin mời các sới khác tiếp tục vào theo giải nhì.